How the heck are everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 92 on our grind for glory. Arena sucks.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So guys, the more I play Watch of Realms, the less I am impressed with Arena, the less I'm impressed with PvP. We're getting right into it, by the way. So when we play a hero collector like this, or a gacha, or some battle-based game, right? You want to be the best, or at least a lot of people do. You know, there's a lot of nice PvE stuff to challenge you, but people like Arena, they like PvP, they like taking on other players, other competitors, right? And in this game, off the bat, and basically the way I'm going to format this video, guys, I'm going to do some monologuing, but I'm going to have my list of grievances. I've written a few things down here, but I'm not going to be hyper negative as much as I'm going to be hyper critical, because I think these are things they can improve upon, right? Like, I'm going to give suggestions where I think they could grow this kind of content. But just from the get-go, guys, when you start playing Watch of Realms, I think we'll just pick a fight right here. We'll go into the first one. It will catch your attention that PvP is not really player versus player. It's like PvE alongside another PvE that's like an auto version of your opponent, and you're racing. But it's not like my arrogance is fighting their Silatu or something like this, right? So that's like my initial gripe. I don't love it. I really do think, and when I first started playing this game, I'm like, hey, it's not like a turn-based gacha like a Summoner's War or Raid Shadow Legends. So I get it, it's more complicated. But now that we've seen what they're doing with G4G, especially Guild War 2.0, which is coming out literally tomorrow, or at least they're launching it in the patch tomorrow, they can do it. Like, there's a definitely way we could set this up where you could have like an arena defense and an arena offense, as opposed to your arena defense just being like a pre-saved version of your placements in the fight with like no actual intelligent decision making by the computer controlling your team. It's literally just a replay and the timing never syncs up and blah, 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 blah. I hate it. Honestly, there are little moments where I've enjoyed Arena. I think I probably put out as much Arena content, if not more, than like anyone else. I mean, there are moments I have enjoyed, but the more I play, the more jaded I am becoming. So let's pause this real quick here. I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, I mean, if you're watching my video, you play the game. If you play the game, you've played PvP. But like, I am not playing against Lady Olga, right? We're playing against some PvE enemies alongside each other, and it's a race. And that's going to play into point number 2. But just right off the bat, it doesn't feel like actual PvP. What we've seen with Guild Wars 1 already, version 1, and for sure Guild Wars 2, I see no reason why it couldn't be my heroes going against Lady Olga's heroes. To me, that would be far more engaging, and it would add a whole new way of viewing your heroes as like, that's my arena defense hero. If you've come from other games, like a lot of times with PvP, they will rank a hero both on their, and evaluate a hero both on their performance as an arena offense player and an arena defense player. But your arena defense is just a simulation, a recording essentially of what you're going to do now. It's a pre-save of what you do on arena offense. That becomes your arena defense. I don't like it at all. So point number 2, and I'm going to really prove this point, it's too dang long. So let me get ready to place my wrath. Oh my God, my finger slipped. Okay, at least we got him here. I'm going to do the whole thing in full. No cuts here, guys. We'll just take you through the battle. I have done who knows how much I have done of single target DPS Arena in the 92 days I've been playing this game. But boy, oh boy, it gets really old, and this one especially, I'm sure this will be a close battle, I think so. So once we reach round 5, round 6, round 7, if we make it to round 7, you will see why I truly despise it. A lot of you probably feel the same way. Let's just play it in full, man. The fact that the clock even begins at, what is this, 6 minutes? It's like, what kind of baloney is this? Like, we can criticize other games, and I won't even name any examples like Raid Shadow Legends or something like that, but like, at least their arena can be quick. You know, but look, they won. They should be out to an early lead. But no, yes, they are out to an early lead, but it's a tickle, right? We still have 3/4 of our health left, and we've got potentially 6 more rounds, right? So it really gets me frustrated. Let's get my Laurel here to get the Invig on my Deimos. Let's get our solo dolo down. There we go. Sorry, I have to talk to myself a bit to make sure I'm not going to try to lose. You know, I want to do the fight for real. Wow, very nice. These guys are nasty, and I wasted the trigger on my Deimos. Another thing worth mentioning, right? They're going to autosave this now, and now that wasted trigger is part of my saved defense, right? Or maybe I have to win for it to work as the save, but very frustrating stuff. Hopefully this isn't a total blowout. Otherwise, this is going to be a mess. Can I sneak one? Okay, I can sneak one. So the first 4 rounds, I believe, yeah, the first 4 rounds of single target DPS, you have to kill 1 enemy. So at least there, it's like a race. It's like, how fast can you kill this one? On to the next wave, on to the next wave. But come wave 5, 6, 7, it's 2, 2, and then 3 enemies, and it totally makes no sense. There's no advantage to winning faster. It's just who can kill the last guy fastest. But the early ones, you get no advantage. Okay, so it's gonna be a close battle. Another thing that really bothers me is like we've had 4 rounds so far, and we're both basically 50-50. Like the difference here is, let me do some math, 1.7%. It's so minimal, it's so minuscule, it just doesn't matter. Let's get this up and ready. So guys, it is now round 5. This is what I was waiting for. So in round 5, they're off to a very early lead on this guy. They should have a huge advantage of me, on me. They do not. I mean, maybe because they're killing him this fast, they do, but they're still gonna have to wait, and both the next 2 enemies are gonna come out at the same time. That drives me insane. They kill this guy first, they should get an advantage, and they should be able to have the next guy come sooner so they can kill him and have a real leg up on me. They're not gonna have that. They're gonna come out at the same time, so I can time this out with my Dolores. Now I trigger Deimos at the end, so even though they had an enormous lead, now they come out together, and now I'm set up with Deimos and Dolores. They might still beat us. No, they don't, because I'm the guy, I'm a human, right? They have a computer replaying their simulation, so even though they had that amazing, huge lead, I'm really happy it shook out that way. It was completely, vanquished. It was all for naught, because the way it times out, it's not this continuous flow. Once you beat one enemy, the next one should come. They should have won that round. But because I'm a human controlling it, and I know that in round 5, it's 2 enemies, I can time it out with the ultimates of my Deimos and Dolores in this example, right? And melt away the second opponent while they were just sitting and waiting for, well, I took my time on the first opponent, then the second opponents come out together, and I can strategically melt away the second guy. I hate it. I think it's really silly. When you reach higher levels, you have such a huge advantage on offense. So here again, right, they're off to an early lead. Very good for them, right? Doesn't mean anything because the second guy comes out together. See, there, at least I was taking so long. They have a slight advantage, but then I can do something like this. Let's see. So now what I can do is I can tank this round, right? I know I'm gonna lose. I just powered up everything with Laurel. I could have sat on her slightly longer, but watch this. It should shake out all right. I still might lose, but look at that. They should have a big lead, man. They have won, what, 4 times? I guess it's 3-3, but we're kind of neck and neck, right? They're only 8.8 ahead of me. And now the final wave for single target DPS, and I really think, keep in mind, guys, this fight's already been going on forever. You're probably already sick of me talking about it. It takes an eternity. But there's no nuance to this, right? So this round is gonna have 3 of these guys, right? So I can just time everything out for the end, and as long as I don't fall super behind and I can't kill guy number 1 and guy number 2, see, I've got my Deimos ready, I've got my Dolores ready, I can wait till we're towards the end of guy number 2, melt him away, and I'll be fully set up for guy number 3. I think it's really dumb. So they should be winning, right? Or I guess it should be neck and neck, but it's not gonna be neck and neck unless they have a nice, lucky pre-save. So we trigger, and now we melt. Oh, they did get to it way faster. So I did blow it there, but you know what I'm saying. They just have a better team, so good for them. But I think it's really silly. I think it's really frustrating. And then this one, they didn't even beat me because the ticks are so small. They just won because they outlasted me by doing more damage upon my portal before the time ran out. So honestly, I think a pretty strong example there. Look at that. We fall out of Overlord, which is a nice transition into my next example. But I kind of just want to highlight that it's too dang long. I mean, I'm sure I got sick of hearing myself talk during that battle and explain things during that battle. Imagine doing that 5 times a day. If you're on top of your refreshes, it's 12 times a day. Plus, if you claim your idle rewards, it's 14 times a day. It's far too big a time commitment, and straight up, it just feels like a chore. That's really what I'm trying to say. I don't like it at all. There is no reason to push your rank. Granted, when you're starting out, you have to push your rank to make sure you get to Platinum, and then Platinum 2, and then Platinum 3, and then Overlord. But once you've been playing for like 40 days, 50 days, I guess it depends how on top of your account you are. I mean, I've been making Overlord since like day 25, I think. Definitely within my first 30 days. And I've never missed it since, and I probably never will. And let me explain why. There's such a big power gap between people within your ranking that you can just win off defense whenever you drop low. So let me go to my results and show you guys something. And also I'm gonna just show you a little behind the scenes. I've been enjoying Arena so little lately, you can see my win percentage, that over half the time, well, I'd say honestly, like a third of the time, I actually do the fights. A third of the time, I just forget. Or maybe I even remember, but it's like, you know what? I don't want to waste my time doing that. Another third of the time, I will go in and intentionally just lose, just to get under the cap for the arena permits so they regenerate, so I'm not just totally wasting them. You still get rewarded for the loss, and I'll talk about that later. But you can look through my results here, guys. And so if you don't know, the two swords crossing, that means when I was on offense, and this means when like the computer was doing defense for me. So you can see that was the first one I did right before I started filming, just to make sure my guys all had their gear on and everything was going smoothly. There's that L we just took to Lady Olga. But here you go, defense, 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 defense. Here is a victory. This is something I did before I went to bed last night, one fight. And then that one I did at the end because I had just tanked one before. This was, I logged in, logged out, insta loss just to get it over with, to get under the cat before bed. Then defense, 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 defense. This is the one battle, I think the single battle I did yesterday. I guess these two, I did them within 2 hours of each other or something, or no, 10 hours. So I did two battles yesterday. You see my defense is carrying me. Then these were, I intentionally lost over and over and over just to get under the thing because you're getting 3 coins every time. Then my defense carrying me, victory defense, defense, victory defense, defense, defense. So basically I woke up on, so now it is Sunday. I woke up on like Friday, Saturday, both days, and I kept climbing and climbing, even though I think Friday I missed all my battles. And yesterday, as you saw, I did a couple auto quits and I maybe took one victory or 2 victories, right? You reach a point, there's a big discrepancy, and Overlord is so enormous that the second you drop down, the teams are worse, they fight you, your defense pushes you right back up. There's no incentive to put in any effort. That is what I'm trying to say. And on top of that, an extra level. So this is all just kind of an overarching thing about rankings and how you really are not motivated to push higher. This all kind of is going to tie into each other. But there's no payoff for ranking higher. So right now, I'm just under Overlord. So we can do one fight, we'll be back in Overlord. You know, you just wait till Sunday, you put in a slight touch of effort, and you will make it, right? You really always will, and I'm not just saying that. It's nothing special about me. But there you have it, and there's no difference between me and Ron and Deegs, right? There's literally, well, right now I'm in Platinum 3, but once I do one more fight, there's no difference between us, right? There's no difference in their payout. The only special thing is going to go to Chungo. Let's see if he's not displaying it right now, but you see Deegs has it here. So Deegs got it once. These guys are all in mad. I'm sure they take turns on who gets to get the badge that week. So maybe this is Chungo's turn to get the top one. I'm very confident they used to do that stuff in Raid. But this is the only reward you get for doing any better than making Overlord. You just get this top 1 avatar. If I'm forgetting something, let me know. But to my understanding, that's really much how it works. Once you reach Overlord, these are your rewards. There's no extra reward. There's no extra incentive to get top 50, top 100, top 500, top 1,000, top 2,000, top 5,000. Nothing. It really doesn't frickin' matter. And like I said, it gets really easy, especially if you're not like me and you actually do your battles, or you even occasionally do your battles, you put any thought into it. You will stay in Overlord. And even with me, this is the week I like took off to see kind of what happened and also just to be lazy. And I'm still gonna make it very, very handily. All in all, I just think it's really silly. And this will transition into the next point about rewards in general. But basically, the only thing that you really care about here is getting these Overlord ranking rewards, and there's no difference between being in 7,000th place and 2nd place. They really need to change that and make it worthwhile. Maybe add extra tiers within Overlord, you know? Like, okay, the top 1,000 get these rewards, this. I mean, I've placed as high as like 800, I've placed as low as 5,000 plus, which I probably will do this week. It really doesn't matter, and it's really, really goofy. I don't like it. So speaking of rewards, there's 2 things on this topic I want to talk about, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I really don't want it to go too long. First off is the rewards. We'll just talk about rankings since we were talking about that just then. I don't hate the ranking rewards, but there's one thing they need to change, and it would be a very, very easy change. These chests stink, man. They are so bad. I think they might have just changed this. You get 2 now. Maybe, actually, no, you've always been getting 2. These luxurious chests, nothing too luxurious about them, right? So 80,000 gold, 80,000 XP is literally something you could sneeze at. You reach a point where this is so unimportant. It's so minuscule, especially if you're someone placing an Overlord. This is such a non-issue. When it comes to these crystals, very, very rarely have I ever gotten 2. And maybe once a week of your 2 chests, you get like 1. It's fine, it's whatever. An XP boost, I don't think I've ever gotten an XP boost, but even that said, you get it and it immediately clicks in. So it's not like you get to go to your mail and you get to decide when to use it. It doesn't go to your inventory, it doesn't go to your backpack. Very silly. And then here, what are we talking about? 200 stamina, 400 stamina, that's what it adds up to if you use these potions. Total joke. There's nothing luxurious about this chest. I say get rid of the chest altogether and just make it like 2 guaranteed rare summoning crystals or something like that. But all in all, I do think the rewards are fine. An ancient summoning crystal a week, and I know I'm just talking about Overlord, but I think a lot of us are at that point. And it's definitely what you're aspiring to if you are not yet. But, you know, the Ancients, this is like the only consistent way I can ever get Ancient Summoning Crystals. So that one a week is pretty great. Then the Diamonds, they're great. Why not? 600. I think that's fairly generous. It comes out to almost 100 a day over a 7-day week. And now this is the final thing I want to talk about, Arena Coins. So when we talk about rewards, right, there's your weekend rewards and there's rewards you get from every battle. The only way that you can really properly get any Arena Coins in this game is just with your weekend rewards. And 800 is fine. I actually don't think it's enough because we get so little from our actual battles. It's always 3, whether you win or lose, which is another problem. Why not make it 6 or 9 if you win? What's the point of it being the same if you win or lose? There's really no incentive except to grow your rank, but there's no incentive to grow your rank when you don't really have to do anything to begin with. Like I showed you, like, look at these horrible results, guys. 64%. I mean, I'm intentionally losing just going in, going out half the time, right? My defense can just carry me because if I go too low, it adjusts and I get pushed back up. It's very, very, very silly. So I suggest that I would be far more motivated to actually go in here and do these 10, 12, 14 max battles you can do a day. I mean, assuming you don't buy extras, right? I'd be very motivated to do it if the payout was like 8 coins or 10 coins. But as it stands right now, it's only 3. So let's do some quick math. You have 14 battles a day. Doesn't matter if you win or you lose, use them. If you're efficient and you're on top of them, that means you are getting, what did you say, 14? So it's gonna be 42 medals a day. Oh my God, quick math. So that is going to be 308 medals a week, I believe. 308 medals a week. I mean, come on. That is, if you're on perfect max efficiency and you're not buying any passes, 308 a week. I mean, what are you getting for 308 a week? Granted, you get your settlement at the end, but there's no real reason to farm that, and that is with perfect efficient farming. I mean, that would get you 2 epic skill crystals or something, right? I just think they should make it so much more meaningful. So it's like, oh, I'm grinding because, I can get some legendary skill dust or this, that, and the other. But as it stands right now, it's like that 800 a week, basically it will make sure you will be able to buy this whole bottom row here. You pick up a couple others along the way. You buy here, you buy there. It is what it is. Overall, I just really don't love it. Let me check my list here to see. Yeah, I think I nailed all the points, to be honest. So those are like the 5 things. All in all, I love this game. You guys know I love this game. Why else would I make 10 million videos every freaking second about this game? I truly do enjoy it. However, if they want this game to be a success, it needs to do a lot of things with PvP. Those battles need to be shorter and punchier. They need to be more exciting. And for sure, they need to feel more rewarding. PvP is what is going to drive the whales and the krakens to spend. I think that's something we all want, right? Because that's going to support the game. And as I see it right now, I think this is a lesser PvP than a lot of other experiences. And I truly appreciate the challenge that this is, being a tower defense game, as opposed to like some turn-based gacha like Raid or something, right? But as it stands right now, I do think it's quite a disappointment. And I will say along the way, there have been moments where I find out something that I think is a nice strategy and I make a video and this, and those little moments are exciting. But over the course of 92 days, with like a full perspective of been playing it over 3 months now, it stinks, dude. It freaking stinks. It's not fun. And it really feels like a chore, and it never should. Arena's something you should be excited to do every day. That should be a big reason we're all happy to play this game. And for me, it's a big sore spot. Obviously, that's why I'm making this cranky little video. All in all, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, if you totally don't. Oh, one other thing I want to say. You might have clicked on this video and been like, oh, Arena's BS because if you don't have Hatsid or you don't have Salazar or this and this. No, I don't mind. That's just how gacha works. Of course, Arena is like the pay-to-win content, and there's always going to be the meta hero that you need to have. I'm super fine with that, and I will pat them on the back. I will acknowledge they've done a very good job to balance power creep thus far, and I've been very impressed by that. So that's not an issue I have. An issue that I do have is just I think the entire form is uninspired and pretty dang boring. Share it with your mother. I've been Fastidious. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.